We start with the heavyweights. Giants who don't just play, they shape history. Inter versus Liverpool. San Siro. The crowd roars like thunder. Inter haven't lost a Champions League home match in over 3 years. 18 straight unbeaten. And right at the heart of it, Lautaro Martinez. He's not just scoring, he's conquering. 8 goals in his last 5 UCL home nights. All with the weight of history on his back. Liverpool don't do draws, not since December 2020. It's all or nothing. And in Milan, it usually ends with heartbreak. Inter have won their last 4 UCL home games against English sides. The Premier League's chaos meets Serie A's steel. You can feel the temperature rising. And then there's Bayern versus Sporting. Bayern, the machine from Munich. They've never lost to Sporting, not once. They've buried them 13-1 across 4 matches. At home, against Portuguese sides, 13 wins, 2 draws, 0 defeats. And in this fortress stands Harry Kane. 16 goals in 15 UCL home games. That's not a striker, that's a storm. But Sporting are not here for the ceremony. They've already secured qualification, and they come armed. 21 straight Champions League games with a goal. Giovanni Quenda is the architect. 3 assists already. He sees spaces others don't. The top spot is on the line. One of them leaves with control, the other with questions. Now we enter the unpredictable, where big names walk a thin line. Barcelona versus Frankfurt. Barça at home. 16 wins in their last 20 UCL games against German sides. The Camp Nou expects, but recent form whispers doubt. Just 2 wins in their last 8 Champions League matches. Robert Lewandowski may be gone, but the shadow he left remains. 16 goals he put past Frankfurt in his time, a number that still echoes. And Frankfurt, quiet, calculating, fearless. They've only lost once in Spain across 6 trips. They've punched above their weight before, and they're ready to do it again. Then there's Atalanta versus Chelsea. Atalanta don't just press, they suffocate. They've kept 3 straight Champions League clean sheets, all their goals landing in the second half. Their rhythm builds like a drumline. And Ademola Lookman, he's stepped up. 5 goals in his last 8 UCL appearances. Chelsea are rebuilding, but they're not waiting. 13 wins in their last 15 group games. And in Estevão, they've unearthed something electric. 3 UCL goals. 3 straight matches. Barely out of his teens. Already taking names. Tactics will clash. Atalanta will hunt. Chelsea will strike. One misstep could be fatal. PSV versus Atlético. Let's rewind. Matchday 5. PSV went to Anfield and tore Liverpool apart. 4-1. Dominant. That wasn't luck. That was a statement. They've scored in 17 of their last 18 group games. At home, they don't blink. Atlético, still dangerous, still defiant, but away from home they've stumbled. 3 straight UCL road losses. And still, they come with fire. They haven't drawn a Champions League game in 22 matches. You want drama? You'll find it here. Now for the dreamers, the stories you never saw coming. Union SG versus Marseille. 12 months ago, Union weren't even on the radar. Now, they've taken down PSV. They've shocked Newcastle. They've lit up Europe. One fan put it simply: the Champions League is the cherry on top of the resurrection of our team. They've never lost to French opposition, and they won't go quietly. But here comes Marseille. 49 Champions League wins, 1 more, and they reached the half century. Aubameyang, 36 years old, just became the oldest player to reach 20 UCL goals. He's still dancing, still deadly. Marseille haven't won away in Europe in years. But the fans, they don't care. They'll travel, they'll roar. Kairat Almaty versus Olympiacos. This is the eastern edge of the Champions League map. Almaty, Kazakhstan, frozen wins, feverish hope. Kairat, winless this group stage, but 5 clean sheets in 6 European home ties this season. Their stadium holds belief like breath in winter. Olympiacos haven't won away in the Champions League since 2015. 12 straight defeats, that's a ghost they can't shake. On this night, in this place, the world watches a footballing frontier. Tottenham versus Slavia Prague. Spurs are through, but don't call this meaningless. Form matters, confidence matters. They just broke their winless streak in the league. 2-0 over Brentford, a sigh of relief. A roar of return. Xavi Simons was the heartbeat. A goal, an assist, a statement. They haven't lost at home in Europe in 22 games. Slavia have never beaten them. In fact, they haven't scored a single goal this entire Champions League run. But even dead rubbers can turn into classics. And under the lights in North London, anything can happen. So what does this night mean? For Tottenham and Marseille, it's a test of pride. For Inter and PSV, a shot at momentum. And for Kairat, for Union SG, it's something more. A chance to write history. In real time, the Champions League doesn't promise fairness, only opportunity. Harry Kane chasing glory in Munich, Lookman battling giants in Bergamo, Osimhen chasing the golden boot, and Estevão, just a boy trying to bend Europe to his will. Every game matters, every whistle echoes. So we ask you, who do you believe in? Drop your predictions in the comments. Who's your dark horse? Who rises when it matters most? Because tomorrow, the final group stage whistle blows, and everything changes.